today I'm finally going to make a ham radio video. I've been so tied up with work and other stuff that I haven't had a chance to play ham radio, let alone make any ham radio videos lately. We're heading to Delaware in a few days on vacation. I've already got the go-ahead from the wife to bring my radio stuff so that I can do at least one POTA activation. There might even be time for more. At the very least, I should be able to operate from the place we're staying at. Now, to make sure that this is actually going to happen, before I pack anything in the car, even before I wash it, you can probably see it's pretty dirty, I'm going to pack my radio stuff in first so that nobody can say there isn't room for it. So let me show you guys what I'm going to bring along. So here's a look at the pack that I've been using for POTA and really the couple of soda activations that I did last year. This is actually a camera bag that I got on Amazon, and it seems to work out just perfect for my radio stuff. So first of all, in this front pouch, I've got all my power cords and my power monitor here. So up here in the top pouch, this is where I keep all my adapters and barrel connectors and that sort of a thing. Now inside the main top pouch, this is where I keep my Bioenno 15 amp hour battery, and you can see it fits perfectly in that pouch. Now this is the battery that I use for all my POTA activations. I've even used this on field day, and I've gotten a good 4 or 5 hours out of this thing with still more to spare. I usually run my radio at 50 watts, so that kind of helps. Now I am going to be bringing along a bigger battery that a company is sending me to test as well. I'm going to make a separate video about that battery, but you will see it later on since this thing is going to be arriving just before we leave on vacation. I thought it would be great to take it along and test it in the field in a real world situation. Now in the main pouch is my Yaesu FT891 that you guys have seen in my previous POTA videos. This is the radio that I'll be bringing along this time as well. Now inside this inner pouch I've got some pencils for logging. I'm still old school and like to use paper instead of something electronic. And I've got some spare fuses in case I need them. So you can see here with the pack fully enclosed, I can sling this over my shoulder and kind of hike to wherever I want. Now it does weigh about 12 pounds fully loaded, so not the most ideal setup for, say, a soda activation, but just fine for a POTA activation or even a short hike into the woods if you needed to do that. And because everything fits in this one pack, it doesn't take up a lot of space in the car. Now as far as antennas go, I've got a full set of ham sticks here, but I don't think I'm going to bring all of them. I'm going to probably bring just the 20 and 40 meter stick and maybe the 15. So for my ham stick mount, you can see I've got a fender bracket here, and I can easily swap out whichever antenna I want onto this bracket. The coax runs inside the car to the center console, where I used to actually have a CB mounted, but I ended up taking that out because I really wasn't using it. So as far as connections go, when I set up the Yaesu, I'm going to use the Bioenno or that other battery I'll be testing over there on the seat for power. And then the coax from the antenna mount comes here, and I'll just be able to hook that up to the radio, and I'll sit in here and operate. Now the ham sticks are actually what I'm going to call a contingency plan. I'm hoping that I don't have to use them. What I really want to use is the ARRL end-fed half-wave. But if there isn't room to set this up, or the weather doesn't cooperate, I'll at least have these so that I can operate and stay dry. So I think that's pretty much the ham radio gear that I'm going to bring along. Now, as you may be able to see, the car is pretty dirty from last week's adventure on Cape Cod with the Boy Scouts. So I'm going to get it cleaned inside and out, packed up, and I'll see you guys in Delaware in a couple of days. So we've made it down here to Delaware to our condo, and my wife's laying down taking a nap right now, so I'm going to take advantage of that and do a little ham radio from the car. When we originally booked this place and I saw the photos online, I thought I might be able to use my end-fed half-wave from the condo since we're up there on the top floor and there is a bit of a backyard to work with. But I don't think that's going to work out. Let me show you guys why. My condo is right up there, and there's sort of a screened-in balcony up there that I could sit in with the doors closed so I wouldn't bother anybody in the condo while I was operating. And the distance from the balcony over here to this tree row is 60 or maybe 75 feet. So it would have been perfect to throw my wire up in the tree, just run it across the backyard there, and operate from up there. Unfortunately, that thing is sealed up tight, and there's no way to open it, so I can't get a wire through. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is try and operate from my car over there with the ham sticks and see what happens. And I'm ready to do the first test on the battery from the condo parking lot. You can see I've got the battery just in the box it came in, just for convenience sake right now, since I'm not going to take it out of the car. I've got my power cord set up with my fuses and my power meter here so I can keep an eye on what things are doing. I've got my Yaesu FT891 radio set up here. And for an antenna, I'm going to be using a ham stick on the fender for this first test. As you might expect, I'm getting a fair bit of background noise in the parking lot of the condo complex here on 20 meters. But I am hearing a few stations, so I'm going to tune around and see if I can make a few contacts. November 1, November Uniform Golf.
November 1, November Uniform Golf, you are 5-5 into New York.
QSL, you are 5-5 into Delaware, 5-5 Delaware.
5-5 Delaware. Okay, we got it. N1 NUG portable. How we doing out there, Rob?
Doing good. You're coming in good here, 5-5 into Delaware.
Yeah, QSL. Are you on vacation?
I am on vacation, and I will be doing some POTA probably tomorrow, so keep an eye out for me.
Yeah, let's do a park-to-park, Rob. I'm on Cape Cod also. Yeah, we're both from Connecticut.
So I've been out here for about 45 minutes now. I've used about 1 amp hour so far, so plenty of reserve on my 100 amp hour battery to go. Plus I've got my Bioenno for backup just in case I need it. So for the initial test here in the parking lot, everything seems to be working pretty well. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to hit up a park with little or no background noise. So I'll catch you guys in the next clip at the park. So we're here at Cape Henlopen State Park in Delaware today. And I think I'm going to set up and do some POTA while the family's on the beach. I just checked the pavilion over there. It looks like they're getting ready for some kind of a big function. So I'm not going to operate from the pavilion. I'm just going to roll the windows down in the car, set up the ham sticks on the fender, and try and operate from the parking lot here and see what I can do. Cape Henlopen State Park is located on the Delaware Shore in between Rehoboth Beach and Lewes. There are a lot of things to see and do at this park besides Ham Radio POTA. Taking a look at the park's webpage, some of the main attractions are listed here. My family and I visited this park several times while we were in Delaware, and we visited many of the sites and attractions within the park. We stopped at the Point Overlook and walked down onto the beach, well, at least as far as we could go where it was open. We also toured the Fort Miles Historic area and looked at some of the old guns that were on display there. We also did the Borrow a Bike program and did the bike trail that's along the park. That was a lot of fun and allowed us to get over to the Great Dune and see some of that. We also visited one of the artillery towers that was open to the public and allowed people to go up to the top to get a good panoramic view of the entire park. And it goes without saying, we also spent some time on the beach soaking up the sun and playing in the waves. So I'm just getting set up on 20 meters now. Got my log sheet, got the radio turned on. I'm going to tune around and see who's on the band first, make a few park-to-park contacts before I call CQ. And before I get started, don't make fun of the glasses. My eyes are going bad. I need them to read the cheat sheet here, but I forgot my good ones at home, so I had to stop and get a cheap pair at the drugstore. Anyway, let's get started. Park to park.
Go ahead, park to park. Nice audio.
You've got November 1, November Uniform Golf in park number Kilo 1733 in Delaware.
All right, looks like November 1 NUG. November 1, November Uniform Golf. 5959. Park 1733. I'm in park Kilo 4700 QSL.
Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? There's actually quite a few stations out there for a Monday, but I finally found a clear frequency up near the top of the 20 meter band, and I'm going to spot myself and call CQ and see how many contacts we can make. CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ POTA. November 1, November Uniform Golf. November 1, November Uniform Golf. Calling CQ Parks on the air from Kilo 1733 in Delaware.
Delta 0 Whiskey Norway. Kilo Delta 9, Juliet Tango Uniform.
I had an Alpha Delta 0 station.
Bravo 5, Romeo Echo X-ray. Whiskey Bravo 8, Oscar Whiskey Quebec. Victor Echo 9, Delta Echo Golf. Victor Echo 2, Zulu Yankee Delta. Kilo 9, India Charlie Papa. Kilo Charlie 1, Delta Whiskey Whiskey. Kilo Charlie 1, Kilo Victor Yankee.
Go ahead, park to park.
November 0 Kilo Echo Victor.
Okay, November 0 Kilo Echo Victor, 55 into Kilo 1733. Okay, you took a little dive on me there. Can you confirm the park? Kilo 4836, is that correct?
Roger, roger. 4836.
Okay, QSL, got it that time.
November Echo 1 Delta. Norway 0 Yankee Oscar. Kilo Foxtrot 7 Oscar Papa Kilo.
Kilo 5 Whiskey Papa Charlie. You're a 5-7 into Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Is there a park to park in there? QSL, November Echo 7, Echo Tango. Please copy 3x1 into Kilo 1733 in Delaware. Can you try the park number one more time? I've got a car here next to me and it's causing QRM. I think I've got Kilo 4386, but I'm not sure if that's right. Okay, got it. Got the QSL. Okay, we made it. Thanks for hanging in there.
November Lima 7 Victor. Thank you for the 5-7. You're a 3-1 on your peaks. 3-1 Alaska.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for Alaska. That's great.
Kilo Charlie 8 November Foxtrot November.
Do I hear a park to park? Okay, Whiskey Echo 4 Delta X-Ray. I'm going to give you a 2x1 into Kilo 1733.
Kilo India 5 Lima Echo X-ray. Victor Echo 3 Delta Alpha Lima.
Okay, so we got 20 stations there on 20 meters. Seems appropriate. I had a little trouble there pulling a few out just a few minutes ago. A car kind of came over here, and I don't know if you guys could hear it in the audio, but I was getting spark plug noise from the engine. I've got my 40 meter ham stick set up now. SWR is a little high. The band sounds a little dead, so probably aren't going to make too many contacts here, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway.
Whiskey Charlie 3 November QSL.
Kilo 2 Delta Bravo Kilo. November Delta 0 Mike. November Echo 1 Delta.
So time's up for now. I made about 20 contacts on 20 meters, a few on 40, and nothing on 10 or 15. Just kind of the wrong time of day for that, and wrong time of week, actually. So I'm just about packed up. I'm gonna go and pick up my wife and son and enjoy the rest of the day. But I'll catch you guys on the next activation. Today, I'm at Delaware Shores State Park, in particular, Tower Beach. You may be able to see the tower there behind me. Once again, the family's out on the beach. I'm going to take a break and see if I can activate this park. Delaware Shores State Park is located just south of Rehoboth Beach on the Delaware coast, and in particular, Towers Beach, where I was set up, is at the north end of the park, right about here. Now, we didn't spend as much time at the Delaware Seashore as we did at Cape Henlopen, but there are quite a few things to do here at this park, including scenic vistas from the bridge, kayaking in the bay, and even fishing and crabbing. We spent most of our time at Towers Beach, playing on the sand and enjoying the surf. So it's a little bit warmer today. You might be able to see the sweat dripping off of me, but I am up against sort of the tree row here. I've got some shade from the trees and the hatch for now, so I'm going to activate 20 meters until I get too hot. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use?
Victor Alpha 3 Hotel Echo Sierra. Whiskey Juice. Sierra Alpha Lima. Whiskey Juice. Sierra Alpha Lima. Kilo India 5 Lima Echo X-ray.
We got a park to park. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. Kilo Bravo 8 Sierra Hotel. I'm in park number Kilo 1933 Allen Creek State Park in Ohio. I'll give you a 5-9 here in the park. Whiskey Bravo 2 Hotel November Lima. Go ahead, park.
You got November 1, November Uniform Golf. You are 5-5 into Kilo 1734 in Delaware.
Roger, 1734. I'm at 3725. QSL?
QSL 3725. What's your call sign?
November Whiskey 4 Tango Foxtrot. November Whiskey 4 Tennessee, Florida. QSL?
Park to park. Okay, I got you here, maybe a 3x1 into Park Kilo 1734 QSL. This is November 1, November Uniform Golf. QSL on 2280, QSL 2280. So it took me about 45 minutes to make the 10 contacts I needed, but I did get the part activated. Made a bunch of park-to-park contacts too. Now, signals were more or less good when I heard them. I think the trouble is it's just a little on the early side, so there weren't too many people out yet. If I have time later, I'm gonna try and make some more contacts, but for now, I'm gonna go cool off in the water. So the family is back at the condo taking a nap for the afternoon. I decided to come back to Cape Henlopen since it's pretty close and set up at a different spot. Right now, I'm up at the point and it's beautiful here. Now there was a parking area a little closer to the scenic area that I probably could have set up in, but it wasn't quite as private and I didn't want to steal a spot from somebody going down on the dunes and the beach and stuff like that. So I'm down just a little bit further at the bathhouse and I'm over here in the back of the parking lot. I'm going to set up and see if we can make a few more contacts. Park to park, park to park. November 1, November Uniform Golf. You are 3x3 into park number Kilo 1733.
Kilo 9 Delta Echo Golf.
Yes, I could see my call sign for you. Fox Spot, number 4, 1234, India Lima Hotel, ILH. India Lima Hotel, give me Roger.
Okay, so we got France in there. That's pretty good. That tells me everything is working. There's just nobody around to talk to. Understandable on a Wednesday afternoon. Everybody's probably working.
Kilo Delta 9,
Kilo X-ray 4 Bravo India park to park. Got you about a 3x1 into Kilo 1733. Park to park, go ahead.
Kilo Charlie 3 Oscar Papa.
Kilo Charlie 3 Oscar Papa 59 into Kilo 1733.
Copy 1733. You are 59 into Kilo 1739.
QSL on 1739. Where is that?
I'm in Holt's Landing. I'm not that far from you. Holt's Landing State Park.
Okay, very good. Well, we are close then.
Kilo 4 Alpha Bravo X-ray.
I only got 9 stations here, and I've been trying for a while. The band is just really weird. So, I've switched over to 40, even though my SWR isn't that great, and I'm going to see if I can make at least one contact there. Go ahead, park to park. Go ahead, park to park.
This is Alpha Foxtrot 1 Kilo AF1K QSL.
Alpha Foxtrot 1 Kilo QSL. I'm going to give you a 5x1 into Kilo 1733. What's your park number?
Sorry, 0020. Hey Rob, it's Don, Whiskey Victor 1 Whiskey. How do you copy, Rob?
Hey, Whiskey Victor 1 Whiskey. I was just looking for you, Don. We got you here about a 3x3 into Delaware. How you doing today up on Cape Cod? Okay, very good. Hey, what park are you at? What's the number?
0672, Cape Cod, National Seashore.
Okay, QSL, got you at 0672. Yeah, you're 3-3 here into Kilo 1733. I only made 2 contacts on 40. It's almost completely dead. And the only 2 contacts I made were fellow park stations. So anyway, I think I'm going to switch back to 20 for my remaining time here. I've got about 20, maybe 30 minutes left. And see if I can make a few more contacts. Maybe we'll get another F-15 or F-16 flyover. We'll see what happens. Park to park, park to park.
Yeah, park to park. Go ahead, please.
This is November 1, November Uniform Golf, and you're 3-3 into Kilo 1733.
Okay, QSL to 3-3. You're doing better than me. You're a 5-5, 55 into Victor Echo 0883, over.
Okay, QSL, you came up that time. I'll change it to a 5-5 also.
November 4, Hotel India Delta.
November 4, Hotel India Delta, 5-9 into Kilo 1733.
QSL, lots of bleed over. Lots of bleed over. N4HID, you're 5-7. 5-7 Kentucky, thanks a lot.
Okay, QSL, yeah, he just fired up. I don't know where he came from, but I may have to move. 7-3, and thanks for the contact. Appreciate it. So I only made about 15 contacts in about an hour and a half. I think it's a combination of the band being kind of iffy today and just nobody being around on a Wednesday afternoon. But I've run out of time for now. I'm going to go grab the family and get on with some more adventures down here in Delaware. I'll see you guys at the next park. Today is our final day in Delaware. We were out doing some sightseeing this morning, but this afternoon my wife and son decided they just wanted to hang out at the pool. So I decided to take a ride 20 minutes up the road here to Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge. Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge is located a little bit northwest of Lewes and Rehoboth Beach on the Delaware Bay shore. Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge is a piece of land that's primarily on the coast, but mostly sort of inland and forested marshy area, and kind of dedicated more to outdoor activities like hunting, fishing, kayaking, and wildlife watching. There are many short, easy trails and even some boardwalks in this area. So if you're looking to get away from the hustle and bustle of the shoreline beaches of Delaware, this might be a nice place to come and catch a little wildlife. Now this place is much quieter than the beaches that we've been out at earlier in the week. So I think I'm going to try and set up the unfed half wave here. One thing I forgot to bring from my kit from home was my 3/4 inch wrench that I usually use for ballast to throw up over branches. I'm going to see if this end insulator has enough weight. So I got the wire up maybe about 20 feet or so, and it should work as long as I don't pull the end out when I'm trying to hook it up over here at the car. So here's the setup. Once again, I'll be operating out of the back of the Suburban, and I've got the unfed half wave up at its highest point there in the tree, like I showed, is about 20 feet. It sags down to about 4 feet off the ground right in the middle, and then comes up a little bit here at the hatch where I've got it tied off to the hold strap on the hatch. But I think we'll be good to go. I've actually used this antenna in more sketchy configurations and made contacts into Europe, so I think we'll be good, and hopefully better than the ham sticks. The other thing you guys have noticed, I finally remembered to wear my POTA shirt. For the last 2 years I've had this shirt, and every time I go out on a POTA activation I forget it. Well, this time my wife reminded me to bring it, so here it is, finally representing. Now you guys probably caught it in the previous clip, but I had the wire on the antenna hooked up to the counterpoise lug instead of the antenna lug. I was starting to tune around, I didn't hear anything. I thought the bands were dead or something was wrong. And I took a look and realized what my mistake was. Got the antenna hooked up here now, and we're ready to get on the air and do some POTA. I'm just about ready to go. I don't know what I did with my cheaters. I had a pair right on my shirt, and I lost them when I changed my shirt into the POTA shirt. I set them down or they flew somewhere. I've been looking around for 10 minutes and I can't find them. Luckily I found a broken pair in my center console, so I'm going to use these. You guys can laugh even more. Hopefully they don't fall off when I'm looking down. Park to park, park to park. This is November 1, November Uniform Golf. You are a 5-5 into park number Kilo 0230 in Delaware.
Loud clear, that's done. You're about a 5-8 on that one. I'm kilowatt 8287 and whiskey 6, whiskey golf tango. QSL.
November 1, November Uniform Golf, park to park.
Uniform golf station, go ahead.
Yeah, this is November 1, November Uniform Golf, and you're 3x5 into park number Kilo 0230.
You are a good 5-7 here into park Kilo 320 today in Southeast Michigan. QSL.
Park to park, park to park.
Park to park, go ahead.
Yeah, this is November 1, November Uniform Golf, and you're 3-3 into park number Kilo 0230.
And this is Kilo 2396.
Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use?
Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Romeo Quebec portable.
Norway 0, Yankee Oscar.
November 4 Hotel India Delta. Whiskey Bravo 6 Whiskey Charlie Ocean over.
November Papa 3
Whiskey 5 Lima Golf Kilo.
Kilo Golf 5, Charlie India Kilo Romeo. Whiskey Alpha 2, Charlie Zulu Romeo.
November Sierra 1 Golf. Kilo Echo 8 Romeo Oscar Yankee.
Whiskey Foxtrot 5, Tango Victoria.
Kilo 6 Lima Sierra Mobile. Victor Alpha 3 Juliet India November. November 5 Hotel Delta X-Ray.
Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Bravo Yankee.
Okay, having a little bit easier time today. I don't know if band conditions are better or if the antenna is better, or maybe it's the shirt. Who knows? Either way, I was able to make, 18 contacts in about 15 minutes or so, which was better than the last few days where it took me 45 minutes to make 10. Anyway, I think I'm going to try 40 or maybe 15. We'll see how things look as I scroll through the spotting page.
Okay, excellent. The signal Repo Road Santiago 5 is 5 by 5 the moment in Santiago, okay? Excellent signal, report our station. November 1, November Uniform Golf. Charlie Echo 3 Kilo Echo Yankee.
I just switched over to 40 and happened upon November X-Ray 8 Golf signing off. I was able to get him before he signed off, but not before I was able to turn the camera on. Either way, I'm going to tune around a little bit on 40. Things seem like they're working pretty good here.
Sir, the one that's doing the parks here, we have a net starting up here pretty soon on 192, the night watch net. Could I get you to move up a couple?
Sure. What time is the net starting at?
Well, pre-net starts about this time, and then we go into the regular net at 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll move then. Thanks for letting me know. And 7-3 N1NUG QRT.
Sir, sure appreciate it. KB6WJ back to 192.
Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use?
Yeah, Rob, this is Kilo Charlie 3, Papa X-Ray Charlie.
Kilo 9 India Hotel, Mike.
Kilo 9 Juliet Foxtrot Bravo. November 2 Juliet Hotel Romeo.
Whiskey Bravo 3 Delta Delta Juliet.
Kilo 8 Sierra Tango. Kilo 8 Mike Sierra Tango. 1 Papa Sierra
Alpha Bravo 4 Papa Papa.
November watching. Pickup Boston. November 4.
Kilo 9 India Charlie Papa. India Charlie Papa.
I got to go QRT here for a minute, guys. I got to check the weather and change the log sheet. So 7-3, thanks for the contacts. N1NUG QRT.
N1NUG KC1 KWX.
Hey, Chris, KC1 KWX. How you doing?
Alright, I just checked in here what's going on in the bed, and there was an old familiar voice.
So as you guys heard, I switched over to 40 and I was getting some static there. I thought it was kind of weird, but I pulled up the radar after the static started to get a little bit more frequent and realized there's a storm 50 or so miles away. I'm pretty sure that's a thunderhead, and all that static I was hearing on 40 is lightning over in that direction. So while the sun is still out, I'm going to enjoy the setting here on Fleetwood Pond, maybe take a few pictures, head back to the hotel and have one final dinner with the family before we head back to Connecticut tomorrow morning. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to learn more about my channel or Parks on the Air, check the links in the description below. Thanks for watching.